Hey everyone, Microsoft is doing a lot of cool freebies lately, and I thought this one was another cool one. My other video did pretty well, and I thought, hey, you know what? You guys like being alerted to when there's some cool free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff after all? So might as well go ahead and stick with that if more stuff comes up. And I thought this was really cool because some of you out there might also be achievement hunters, and this is really good news for you if you're like an achievement hunter, if you're someone who looks for something that you can fairly easily get a thousand gamer score on. I always look to those as like, hey, those are cool little things, especially, I like to play games that have like easy achievements, especially if I'm in a situation where I've been playing a game that doesn't, and I've been playing it for a while. Yeah, then it's fun to kind of go in there and kind of play something that is going to give me some easy achievements to make up for that. I know it's lame or whatever. Some people don't care about achievements. I personally do. I like them. I think they're fun. But anyway, speaking of free games, yeah, like I said, Microsoft giving out some cool freebies, and that's always a good thing. Always a good thing in my opinion. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm Crab Gamer. This is, of course, Crab Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you guys for checking it out. Please like the video, share it out, subscribe. I do daily gaming content, so if you're looking for fun yet informative videos daily, then look no further than here. I try to be, as honest and give my opinion as I possibly can. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. I try not to be overtly negative, but obviously there's going to be times when, things are going to be somewhat negative. But this is a good video because I guess, like I said, everybody loves free stuff. So what's really cool is like a new free game is called Idle Clicker. Actually, it's an Idle Clicker game. Has hit Xbox Store. If you don't know what that is, it means that you just got to click buttons. It's kind of self-explanatory. Not the best game in the world, I get it, but it's called Idle Wizard. It's a free game with easy achievements. You can download it right now. Interestingly enough, there are two versions of the game with separate achievement lists, which means you can easily earn 2,000 gamer score in just a few short hours. There's a quick completion guide list. I'm going to link this article in the description so you can link it as well. They actually have the achievement list. Early estimates suggest you can unlock all achievements in the game in around 2 hours. There's also an Xbox One version of Idle Wizard with a separate list of achievements. It's nice to kind of talk about this a little bit. Developed by two wizards and published by Desert Water Games, Idle Wizard is an idle clicker game that sends you out on a quest to become the most powerful sorcerer in the world. Starting as an apprentice, you will pick up one of 12 different base classes, each of which is equipped with its own unique spells and abilities, and use those special powers to level up and become all powerful. So again, this game isn't reinventing the wheel or anything like that, but it is cool to have, a game like this offer something for everybody. Just like grab it, play through it, have some fun with it or whatever, get some gamer score, and just have it in your library. So as for the game's achievements, they all require little to no effort. Early estimates suggest, again, you can get through them pretty quick in under 2 hours for 1,000 gamer scores. The day's work achievement, which asks you to have a total playtime of a full day, sounds daunting on paper, but time spent not actually playing the game counts here, so you can simply come back to Idle Wizard 24 hours later and the achievement will pop. There's a video that kind of talks about this as well. You can also fast forward the internal clock by 24 hours on your Xbox console to spoof it. Once you've earned the 1,000 gamer score from the Xbox Series X and S version of the game, you'll want to download the Xbox One version of the game, as it has a separate stack of easy achievements. All this may sound familiar, as publisher Desert Water Games released another free idle clicker game with easy gamer score called Grim Idle earlier this year. Now, the game has received multiple free updates since launch and is now worth a total of 3,000 gamer score. There's a separate stack of Xbox One achievements there too. So again, nice to see. Not a great game or anything like that, but you can't really go wrong with downloading a free game, and I think that's something that I kind of like stress a lot here. And you know what, if you are kind of watching my channel for the first time, or you see this video for the first time, I do these videos. Microsoft oftentimes gives out free stuff, like whether it be a free game or whether it be like something free in terms of just like gift cards and things like that. They always give out gift cards for their store when they do big sales. And what happens is people don't realize that if you click to receive news and information from Microsoft about promotions and things, and then you can be qualified to get these things. A lot of people turn that stuff down. They think they're just going to get spam or whatever the case may be. Not necessarily the case, as I often get the free stuff and the free credits and things like that when they give them out. So yeah, that's worth noting as well. The other thing is Microsoft is starting to hand out the free upgrades to the Gears of War game. They're doing the remaster of the remaster. So yeah, if you guys are looking for the remaster, they're giving out the free tokens for that, which I guess is pretty cool if you're into that. For me, I love Gears of War, but I always look at Gears of War and say, like, I think that was kind of a product of its time. It's still kind of badass to go back and play through once in a while, but I just feel like overall that game is very much a product of its time, and unfortunately that time was at a time when those kind of controls were kind of acceptable, and you had to kind of accept what was going on there because of the limitations of the hardware and different things like that. Now, the pushing down the button to run and all that kind of stuff, I just think is kind of a little bit passe in my opinion, and not really worth the effort. But again, we'll see what happens in the future. I also like to point out perpetually that there is a couple of really cool free games that you can pick out anytime you want. Crackdown 1 and 2. And I think that's one of those things that are always open there for people to kind of pick up and play. And if you have a newer console, those are backwards compatible. The first Crackdown has a free enhancement, so if you have like an Xbox Series X or something, yeah, you're going to get a lot out of that, being able to play that, which I think is pretty cool. And if you're not somebody who has an Xbox Series X and you still have an Xbox One, I think it still plays better there or something like that. So those games are free. And there's one other free game. It's a 360 game as well that came out in 2008 called Too Human. It was made by Silicon Knights. This was actually supposed to be a trilogy of games, but the game ended up flopping and not doing very well. It's still an interesting game to play through in my opinion. I think the biggest problem is the control scheme is sort of hard to get a hold of or whatever, so yeah, you got to kind of keep that in mind. But at the end of the day, getting some free stuff, free games, never a bad thing. And Microsoft lately seems like to really be on one to kind of give some free stuff, and I love that. I think that's really cool to see from Microsoft at the end of the day. And you know what? Listen, Microsoft is always going to be able to do these things where gamers are going to enjoy what's happening, or they're not. And I think that the fact that Microsoft is giving away stuff is just always a cool thing, always an added perk. Especially given that company is such a company that has so much money and so much clout that they can do whatever they want necessarily. And that's really interesting to say. I honestly hope that it's something they continue to do. I love seeing the freebies from Microsoft, and again, it's always something that I kind of like to do videos on and talk about, because right now, like I said, if you were to just get an Xbox, like right now you could get like so many free games from Microsoft. People don't even realize it, just how many free games there are. And and to be honest with you, I think that it's cool that they do this. I know like I can be hard on Microsoft with these things, but at the same point in time, to me, I think that it makes sense to kind of do these things and like give away the games and things that they can, because there is a lot out there that they're giving away, like in terms of free games and things like that, which again, really cool stuff. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited by the idea of getting something for free. I know I am, and at the same point in time, I think it's really cool that that we get some of this kind of stuff. So like I said, you'd be surprised at how many different free games there are. Like even stuff that you don't like Roblox is pretty interesting in terms of what they have. Gems of War is another one. World of Tanks, Overwatch 2, Smite. I've had a lot of fun with Smite back in the day. Warframe, I played that before. Fall Guys, fun little party game. Naraka Blade Point, interesting game. Let's see. Destiny 2, Genshin Impact. the Sims 4 console version. Like, yeah, surprisingly, there's a lot of stuff. Path of Exile, I remember getting into that a long time ago. Halo Infinite multiplayer is free to play as well. Apex Legends, of course, you guys know Call of Duty Warzone and Marvel Rivals, as well as Rocket League and Fortnite. Yeah, like I said, just a ton of free stuff to play on Xbox, which is always welcome. And let me know what you guys think. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.